2025 tickets were sold out for their home opener by April 15th. And they were, I believe, much higher than they are right now, but they are not sold out yet.
Like, the Fever crowd has not been the same since. Why has it not been the same since?
I never thought I would be seeing this organization beg for tickets.
After basically ignoring her for 3 straight days while trying to sell tickets, I guess they decided to finally put something up.
They were struggling in comparison to last year and the year before to sell season tickets.
Just 2 minutes ago, the Indiana Fever released another polished promo to hype up their home opener. But the online reaction turned ugly fast.
We can't wait to see you for our season opener presented by State Farm. Secure your seats today. So not sold out.
Because fans immediately noticed something that made the whole situation feel desperate. Stephanie White is out there urging fans to show up and bring the energy, almost pleading for the arena to be packed again. And now people are starting to ask a dangerous question.
And they are asking, begging, pleading for fans to pack the building. This time in 2024, you can't get a hold of these tickets unless on the resale market. This time last year, you couldn't get your hands on these tickets unless you were on the resale market.
Why does it suddenly feel like the Fever are working overtime to recreate the magic Caitlin Clark brought naturally? Last season, this franchise never had to beg anyone to buy tickets.
2025 tickets were sold out for their home opener by April 15th. And they were, I believe, much higher than they are right now, but they are not sold out yet.
The Caitlin Clark effect happened automatically. Home opener tickets sold out weeks ahead of time, resale prices skyrocketed, and the Fever became the hottest ticket in the entire WNBA.
The New York Liberty are selling better right now for their home opener than the Indiana Fever. Well, let's not stop there. The Golden State Valkyrie have one dark blue section left. A large amount of grays. That means no tickets available.
According to Sports Business Journal, average Fever resale ticket prices surged more than 130% after Clark arrived, a jump usually associated with NBA megastars like LeBron James.
And there were a boatload of empty seats. But this is an ominous warning sign about what has been done to Caitlin Clark.
But now fans are seeing nonstop promotions, constant ticket pushes, and endless hype campaigns. And the internet quickly started putting the pieces together.
Welcome back, Fever fans. This is today. It might have been yesterday. I think it's today. We can't wait to see you for our season opener presented by State Farm. Secure your seats today.
Because when Caitlin Clark was the main attraction, the league didn't need marketing gimmicks. Arenas sold out on their own. In fact, several WNBA teams even moved games into larger NBA arenas because the demand surrounding Clark was impossible to ignore.
When Caitlin Clark got a pass off Erica Wheeler, when you listen to that crowd, and by the way, they were selling out preseason games that year.
Chicago, Washington, Dallas. Everybody wanted a share of the Caitlin Clark effect. And that's why this situation feels so awkward. Fans quickly noticed that Clark was barely featured in the Fever's latest promotional campaign.
So we've got a little promo here that's about a minute long that we're going to check out because there's something else we got to talk about. And I'm curious if y'all pick up on that as well.
The face of the league, the player responsible for record-breaking ratings, sold-out arenas, and historic merchandise sales, was almost nowhere to be seen in the campaign. And that immediately sparked backlash online.
Anything missing? You know, like the player who wasn't in that promo video for selling tickets?
Because Fever fans know exactly what transformed this franchise forever. It wasn't a corporate slogan about unity. It wasn't a generic team rebrand. It was one player entering the league and making the entire sports world pay attention to women's basketball like never before.
Not only the face of your franchise, but the face of the entire league.
And now the same organization benefiting from her popularity suddenly seems uncomfortable fully embracing the very star who built the empire.
This time in 2024, you can't get a hold of these tickets unless on the resale market. This time last year, you couldn't get your hands on these tickets unless you were on the resale market.
What makes this even messier is the timing. While the Fever are trying to manufacture excitement through polished campaigns and emotional appeals, Caitlin Clark is still dominating the conversation around the league without even trying.
You know, I mean, we sat there and she's standing in the corner. Nobody can give her the ball to shoot a three. I see it like 4 times a game or 12. And you're like, what in the world is happening right now?
Every time she steps on the court, ratings explode. Last season, the WNBA recorded its most watched regular season in more than 2 decades, and Clark's games consistently led the numbers. Her debut alone averaged over 2 million viewers, something almost unheard of for a regular season WNBA game.
I think the Indiana Fever and the WNBA have diminished the star power of Caitlin Clark. You've probably seen the NBC commercials promoting their coverage of the WNBA.
And by the end of the season, Indiana Fever games made up most of the league's highest-rated broadcasts. At that point, it stopped being hype. It became measurable reality.
You 100% send your very, very best salesperson, your best closer. You need this sale. This is the one that'll keep your company going, that'll elevate it, that'll put it on the map, all of the things.
So when fans hear Stephanie White talking about energy, support, and building the atmosphere, many are responding with one simple message. Caitlin Clark already built it. She walked into a struggling franchise that had won only 13 games the year before and instantly turned it into the center of the basketball world.
But here we are, less than a week away from the regular season home opener against the Dallas Wings, Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd, AB, Caitlin Clark, the last 4 number 1 picks all on the court together. And they are asking, begging, pleading for fans to pack the building.
The Fever went from nationally irrelevant to leading the league in attendance. By the end of the season, they were averaging more than 17,000 fans per game, numbers even some NBA teams would envy on slower nights. Road games became traveling spectacles with entire sections of opposing arenas filled with Clark jerseys. That's not normal. That's generational superstar power.
And I think you're starting to see the ripple effect of that. You're starting to see less fans in the arena. The ratings are going to go down. You already seen the ratings went down from the preseason opener this year compared to what it was the year before.
And this is where the drama really starts. Fans are beginning to feel like the organization wants the benefits of Caitlin Clark without fully acknowledging what she truly means to the league. Every time the media tries to spread the spotlight evenly or push the idea that every star carries equal impact, audiences push back even harder.
Who may seem to be the only player on the team that actually supports Caitlin Clark, specifically mentioned Caitlin Clark, right? That's all she talked.
Because the numbers simply don't support that narrative. Merchandise sales, Clark dominated them. TV ratings, Clark dominated those too. Social media engagement, once again, Clark led the way. Even opposing coaches quietly admitted she changed the financial direction of the league.
Caitlin Clark was, but because this league is financed through an agenda, no different than Netflix. It doesn't matter if Netflix content is horrible.
They have done everything they can to kill off the cash cow for the league. They've done everything they can to...
Viral clips kept showing packed arenas hours before tip-off just to watch her warm-up. Not the entire team, Caitlin Clark. And now fans are asking why the Fever seem hesitant to fully center the player who transformed their franchise from an afterthought into a billion-click phenomenon.
Who moves your product? Caitlin Clark moves your product. Well, all right. That's it. Right? Like that is it. If you have to make a sale, right? If you have to make a presentation to close the biggest deal in your company's history, the deal that's going to save the company.
Now the pressure has reached an entirely different level because fans are no longer just defending Caitlin Clark. They're beginning to question the motives behind everything happening around her.
Caitlin Clark is the business. You're undermining the business by destroying Caitlin Clark's star power and trying to build around. We got a whole team and everybody's a part of this.
Social media erupted after the latest ticket push because many people felt the organization was trying to guilt fans into recreating an atmosphere that only existed because Clark made the WNBA feel culturally relevant again. And the harsh reality is that fans don't respond to manufactured hype the same way they respond to authentic superstar energy.
Today, it might have been yesterday, I think it's today. We can't wait to see you for our season opener presented by State Farm. Secure your seats today. So not sold out.
Caitlin Clark became must-watch television because she changed the way people experience the sport. Deep logo threes, full court passes, swagger, drama, rivalries. Suddenly, every Fever game felt like a major...
Because it was just overpriced. Everything became overpriced. It became the Fever games became a luxury event. And what was happening was the Fever weren't outpricing people in 2024.
That's why networks kept moving Indiana games into premium television slots. That's why arenas had to increase seating capacity. The demand wasn't manufactured. It was genuine.
And they are asking, begging, pleading for fans to pack the building. This time in 2024, you can't get a hold of these tickets unless on the resale market. This time last year, you couldn't get your hands on these tickets unless you were on the resale market.
And the wildest part is that the numbers keep proving her supporters right. Nike reportedly rushed to capitalize on Clark's popularity because the merchandising demand was so massive. Fanatics even ranked her among the top-selling basketball athletes in the country. Not just in women's basketball, but across.
Salesperson, your best closer. You need this sale. This is the one that'll keep your company going, that'll elevate it, that'll put it on the map, all of the things.
Her jersey sales shattered records almost immediately after draft night. Even casual sports fans who had never watched a WNBA game suddenly knew the Indiana Fever schedule by heart. That kind of impact changes a league forever.
Oh, we're begging you to buy tickets. No, Caitlin. No, Caitlin. We're promotional material. We don't put the most popular player in the league.
Which is why this entire situation feels like a dangerous gamble for the Fever. The fans buying these tickets are not emotionally connected to generic marketing campaigns. They're connected to Caitlin Clark. And if supporters start feeling like the organization is downplaying her importance while still relying on her popularity behind the scenes, the backlash could grow even louder.
Who moves your product? Caitlin Clark moves your product. Well, all right. That's it. Right? Like that is it. If you have to make a sale, right? If you have to make a presentation to close the biggest deal in your company's history, the deal that's going to save the company.
Stephanie White may genuinely believe she's rallying the fan base, but online, many fans are interpreting it very differently. They see a franchise trying to hold on to a wave that only exists because one transcendent player forced the entire sports world to pay attention. And whether people want to admit it or not, the evidence is everywhere.
That game, I believe, is the 9th. It is in 5 days. 2025 tickets were sold out for their home opener by April 15th. Yes, you heard that correctly. April 15th.
Clark isn't just the face of the Fever anymore. She's the engine driving modern women's basketball. Without her, ticket demand drops, ratings cool off, national attention fades. That's the reality many fans believe the league still refuses to fully acknowledge. And right now, they're making sure everyone hears it loud and clear.
So we got a lot of empty seats for the game coming up only 5 days away. They're begging for tickets, and yet they don't use Caitlin Clark in the promo for tickets.
And now the question everyone is asking is simple. If Caitlin Clark is the reason fans showed up in the first place, what happens when those fans begin to feel taken for granted? Because the more the league tries to downplay her impact, the louder her supporters become.
And they are asking, begging, pleading for fans to pack the building.
Tickets were sold out for their home opener by April 15th.
They were struggling in comparison to last year and the year before to sell season tickets.
After basically ignoring her for 3 straight days while trying to sell tickets, I guess they decided to finally put something up.